It's the first Raw after the Rumble, and fans were vocal about their opinions. Jey didn't deserve it. It wasn't a good match. John Cena should have won. But now going into the first Raw, how are fans going to react in the arena? Are they going to boo Jey Uso out of the building? To the shock of, I would hope, absolutely nobody. No, they did not boo him. Actually, they cheered him pretty heavily. And they did the yeets. They did the whole 9 yards. Remember that a lot of the internet hate you see is usually online and mainly just online. Once you go to the arena and you're in the venue and you're feeling the energy, it's different. Hey guys, Raw was on Netflix again this week. Let's talk about it. Jey Uso came out. He did the yeet for about a good 5 minutes. I'm going to assume that he had no script when he came out there and he was just told to speak from the heart because he didn't really know what to say. The promo was a good 3 minutes of him repeating himself. The key part was him getting emotional and like him starting to cry because he's talking about how, you know, the fans are what got him to that point. His family, how he did it for everybody else, and, you know, just showing his gratitude for that moment. That really was the takeaway from this. He is grateful, and I'm grateful to see him going through this and experiencing his WrestleMania moment in just a couple months. This brings out Gunther. If it is not apparent who Jey Uso is going to challenge at WrestleMania, I don't know who is. I know Jey Uso in his promo said, I'm going to go to SmackDown and talk to Cody. But, like, you ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling nobody else. We know you're going to challenge Gunther. Don't. You going to go to SmackDown and do what? Just dab up Cody Rhodes and say, I could face you. Ooh, you're not going to face Cody. Come on now. Like, imagine if Jey Uso did face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. What would Gunther be doing? I don't know. But anyway, it was a good promo. And, you know, Jey Uso, he's going to be the main event, the guy on Monday Night Raw, at least go and get to WrestleMania. And probably after WrestleMania when he beats Gunther, because he should be beating Gunther at WrestleMania. If you're not a Jey Uso fan, you're going to hate to see the next few months of Monday Night Raw coming. Commentary told us that after Roman Reigns got his face caved in by Seth Rollins' boot 2 different times, or 3 different times technically, at the Royal Rumble, he's going to be out for some time. They're really setting up Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. I honestly can't believe it. I love the idea of the match. I'm just shocked that WWE is doing a triple threat at WrestleMania because it's rare. Let me not say it's rare for them to do a triple threat at WrestleMania. It's rare for them to do a triple threat non-title match at WrestleMania. Like normally WrestleMania is where you blow off all the big feuds, which tend to be singles feuds or tag team feuds every once in a while. You don't really see multi-man matches like a fatal 4-way, a triple threat, or a 6-man unless there is some stake, like a title on the line or some opportunity on the line. This is just a bare bones triple threat match. There's obviously a good ongoing feud, but at its core, it is just a triple threat match. And that's uncommon to happen at WrestleMania. That's why I'm so shocked. Because they still have Seth Rollins going after CM Punk. They still had that looming thing with CM Punk having a promise with Paul Heyman. So there's still something cooking with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Obviously, like it's a triangle. Like they all are interconnected. If you do Punk versus Roman at WrestleMania, then like, okay, well, what is Seth Rollins doing? He's still feuding with CM Punk. You do Punk versus Rollins, you're going to be like, okay, so why is Roman not in the match though? Doesn't he have beef with Seth Rollins? If you do Roman versus Seth, okay, why is Punk not in a match? So it's like there's no way you can't do a triple threat match. And I don't see them taking the title off of Gunther to make this a triple threat for the title because that would be really fucking cheap if they took the title off of Gunther and now Jey just has to face like that. That wouldn't make any sense. The match is Jey versus Gunther. This triple threat has no title, which is interesting. I actually kind of like that. Winner of that match at WrestleMania, I think, should be the next in line to face Jey Uso at, I don't know, SummerSlam or some shit. Moving on from that, John Cena proclaimed himself for Elimination Chamber. Cool. If John Cena don't win that, I'm going to have some questions. We got Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser, and it was a fairly good TV match. Penta picked up the win, but Ludwig Kaiser attacked him after the match, and it was a distraction from Pete Dunne. You can say it was indirectly a distraction, but Pete Dunne, Ludwig Kaiser, looks like they're going to have a pairing. I'm here for it. And Pete Dunne's not really doing anything else, so, I mean, it's a new tag team title contender. You know, Raw and SmackDown have their own tag team titles, but it seems like they never have anything to do. So this new tag team, that's something for the War Raiders to do at WrestleMania, possibly. This brings out Charlotte Flair, and mind you, this picture above my head is so awesome. Apparently, the crowd heavily booed her in the arena, but like on TV, I didn't hear that. It sounded like the crowd wasn't giving her any reaction at all, which I was shocked by. This woman was in the ring, pouring her heart out, talking about how hard she was fighting to come back to the ring and, you know, how much she missed this. And it's a babyface-esque promo, and she's taking these pauses as if she's waiting for the crowd to cheer her, but the cheers never come. It was just silence. And I was like, damn, that's kind of rough, because it's like, you may not like Charlotte. You may think she's a Nepo baby. You may think she's not a good wrestler. Whatever your criticisms are of Charlotte Flair, that injury she had was very real. Her being out for a year was very real. The emotion she was putting in about her comeback to the ring was very real. Yes, you may not like her as a performer or whatever the reason may be as a person, but she's still a human like you and I. When I hear her talking about how hard it was for her to come back, I'm like, damn, like I feel bad. Like I'm clapping it up for her. So when I saw the crowd didn't do anything, I'm like, all right, bro, I get y'all don't like her, but like that's kind of fucked up. She says she's not gonna let the boos get to her, so it's whatever. But that was kind of my little 2 cents on that. This brought out Rhea Ripley. Now she didn't call out Rhea Ripley, she came out herself. Talks about how she respects Charlotte and how she basically wouldn't mind facing her again at WrestleMania. Charlotte says, when I first faced you at WrestleMania 36, you were a kid. And the fact that you jumped the gun and came out to the ring before I could even call you out shows me that you're still a kid. This leads to Rhea Ripley basically all but pleading Charlotte Flair to face her WrestleMania, which I didn't like at all. You already beat her at WrestleMania 39. You've been world champion. You are the world champion. You don't need the validation, the respect of Charlotte Flair. So I thought that was just an odd line that didn't need to be there. It made Rhea Ripley look kind of beta in comparison to Alpha Charlotte Flair, if that makes sense. Charlotte's going to go to NXT and then to SmackDown before she inevitably faces Tiffany. So just get ready for that. New Day had new theme and new trunks and new gear. It was all tight. They had a tag team match with Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, which was fine. Logan Paul came out midway through the match and attacked Rey Mysterio. This led to the New Day winning, which pissed me off because why did the New Day need help to beat Rey Mysterio? Okay. They're on the right track with the new theme and the new graphics and all that, and then they needed help. It's like, okay. Sami Zayn was backstage with Jey Uso congratulating him, and then Karrion Kross came out. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. They then got Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, what I thought was actually a good TV match. For the match, Raquel Rodriguez attacked Io Sky, and this led to Rhea trying to come in for the save, but then Liv attacked her. So Io entered in with like a pre-existing injury. So you wouldn't know this because she basically just worked the entire match like she was fine. Rhea Ripley caught herself trying to save the day by trying to attack Liv Morgan, but in the midst of her doing that, she got Io disqualified. Liv Morgan winning the match and now qualifying for the women's War Games match. Oh, Elimination Chamber match. Sorry, getting my cage matches mixed up. Forgive me. Anyway, I thought this was very smart on WWE's end because Rhea Ripley indirectly costing Io the match. Io got upset afterwards, and it's like, that makes sense because if you're setting up Rhea versus Io, this is how you do it. Rhea costing Io the chance to face her at WrestleMania. Io was upset and she left the ring, but I think there's an Io Sky crash out coming, and we're still going to get Io versus Rhea at WrestleMania, which I know a lot of you wanted to see, so I'm happy for you guys. Not that I didn't want to see it, but like that wasn't a match I conceived of in my head of happening at WrestleMania, so now that I'm seeing it play out, I'm like, okay, I see y'all's vision. I'm ready for it. Glinda the Good dressed up as Alphaba came out to the ring, and she cut a promo. I'm kidding, it was Seth Rollins. He came out there and he's like, yeah, I hate CM Punk, and guess what? I hate Roman Reigns' ass too. This brought out Sami Zayn, and it looks like they're finally on the same page. And Seth Rollins is like, hey, listen, I'm rooting for you. You go way back and I respect you and I'm rooting for you for that reason, but the main reason I'm rooting for you is because I fucking hate CM Punk. Beat CM Punk! Seth and CM Punk got into a scuffle as he's walking down to the ring, which led to the main event of CM Punk and Sami Zayn, which I thought was really good. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed the first time they faced off. And plus, it is a rarity that CM Punk wrestles on Raw. I think this is only the second time he's ever wrestled on Monday Night Raw. Now, mind you, he wrestled on Raw last month, but it was only one time. So it feels like a little treat to see CM Punk wrestle on Monday Night Raw again. Let's not abuse it and have it every week, but this week is cool. Maybe at the end of the month, and then again, a couple more times a month. Just spread it out a little bit. Maybe John Cena can too, because he hasn't wrestled on Monday Night Raw yet. I'm coming back full time. My ass. CM Punk inevitably beats Sami Zayn, and he's going to Elimination Chamber. It's Punk and Cena. I don't give a shit about the other four people. Punk and Cena in the chamber by themselves. I'm here for it. I just pray that neither one of them gets injured. That's all. After the match, Kevin Owens attacked Sami Zayn. No reason, and Netflix was bugging the fuck out at this point. I was ready to turn the show off. Thank God I didn't. But it looks like we're getting Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn 18 at WrestleMania. I'm sure you guys are all excited. Can't say I'm super excited about it, but it should be a really good match at WrestleMania. Anyway, another largely good episode of Monday Night Raw in the books. What did you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know. I'll see you guys next week.